How do I do it? Let's look at how to record a trip from Bakersfield, California to Commerce City, Colorado on a Penske driver trip report. First, enter your company name and customer number if you know it, and the Penske location at which your vehicle is domiciled. Next, enter the city and state from which you are departing and the most distant city and state to which you will be traveling. It is critical that you enter your Penske unit number, and you should also include the trailer number you will be pulling. Next, your driver enters the beginning date and odometer reading. Record the first part of the trip, including the highways used. This is very important in that it will allow auditors to verify the miles traveled. In this instance, your driver left Bakersfield on Highway 58 and then takes I-15 towards Nevada. As your driver crosses the Nevada state line, the odometer reading is recorded. Your driver then continues on I-15 into Arizona and Utah, again recording the odometer readings as each state line is crossed. In this trip, the driver makes several stops in Utah and records each of these: Fillmore, Lehi, and then Ogden, and the routes used between these stops, in this case I-15. Your driver leaves Ogden on I-84 and then continues on I-80, recording the odometer reading as the vehicle crosses the state line into Wyoming. As was done in Utah, your driver indicates a stop in Wyoming, this time Rock Springs. The driver continues from Rock Springs and then uses I-25 to enter Colorado, recording the odometer reading as Colorado is entered, and then proceeds to the destination of Commerce City. On the return, your driver will continue to record the stops and routes of travel: I-76 from Commerce City to Denver, and then I-70 to the Utah state line, where the odometer reading is recorded. The vehicle turns onto I-15 and makes a stop in Washington City. From there, your driver takes I-15 to Arizona and on into Nevada, recording the odometer reading at each state line crossing. Continuing on I-15 to Las Vegas, and then on into California, where the driver records the last state line crossing. From there, I-15 is followed to State Road 58 and on into Bakersfield. Your driver has done a good job of documenting all the required mileage information. However, it is equally important to properly document all fuel purchased during the trip. During the outbound leg of the trip, your driver used your company credit card and purchased 143.3 gallons of fuel at Love's Truck Stop in Cedar City, Utah. This information is recorded at the bottom of the Penske driver trip report. The date of the purchase, state, ticket number, gallons, vendor name, and city are all required. The receipt your driver received from the truck stop should be placed inside the pouch created by removing the top strip from the DTR. You should retain copies of your billings from your credit card provider in accordance with the "How long do I need to keep records" section of this presentation. During his return trip, your driver stopped at the Penske facility in Denver, where he purchased 146 gallons, and also in Las Vegas, where he purchased 137 gallons. In both cases, your driver should write the purchase on the DTR. Penske fuel purchases, either at a Penske location or if you are using the Penske Com Data card, are automatically validated internally by our systems. You should retain the receipt your driver receives for your records. To review, all fuel purchases must be written on the front of the driver trip report. For any non-Penske fuel purchases, the driver must place the fuel receipt from the vendor in the driver trip report. Receipts your driver receives for the Penske purchases, either from a Penske location or through the Penske Com Data card, should be retained for your records. We will review other ways you may purchase fuel later in this presentation. At the conclusion of the trip, the DTR should either be turned into your local Penske office, or it and any other DTRs can be mailed at least weekly to the Penske Processing Center in El Paso, Texas.